Edition Part 2. Today, on 30th of April 2021. I'm very happy to see all of you here participating in our event with great interest. So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Sakar and I will be your Master of Ceremony today. Before we start our session, I will read some rules that you have to follow during today's event. Starting from the first rule, the participants are required to enter the Zoom meeting room 15 minutes before the scheduled time. If you are unable to join on time, you have to inform our contact person. The second one, the participant must change your display name to name underscore student number or NRP. You can see the example sent by our committee in the chat room. Later, before the breakout session, you have to change your display name by adding the room number at the front. Third, the participants are encouraged to use the virtual background which we have attached to the email. If there is any technical problem, it is allowed not to use the virtual background. Fourth, the participant must mute their microphones during the session unless allowed by the MC. Fifth, the participants have to turn their camera on or video on as a requirement to get stamp for it. Okay. Okay, now moving on to the sixth of the rules today. If there are any questions, the participant can drop the questions in the chat room using the available format sent by our committee, or use the recent feature and wait until the MC allows them to speak. The last one, the participants have to fill out the attendance and feedback form as a requirement to get stamp for it. Please note that the attendance form will be closed 30 minutes after being shared, and the feedback form will be closed 1 hour after being shared by our committee. Okay, thank you, committee. Okay, so as I said, please fill the attendance form. It is shared by our committee in the chat room. You will not be able to fill it once the link is closed. And now, while we are waiting, I will explain briefly what our event is. So, Let's Study Abroad, or LSA, is a discussion and consultation session by ITS University partners from all around the world for all student levels here in ITS. Today, we have representatives from 3 of our university partners. Now, for our agenda today, we will have an opening statement from Bapak Asrianur Irfansyah, PhD, who is the Acting Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement Office on International Partnership. And then each partner university will share about their institutions and their programs. And then after that, we will have a panel discussion session where you will be able to ask questions to each university representatives. After the panel discussion, you will enter the breakout room. There will be one room for each partner. And there you can ask further questions and consult with the representatives. All right, now I will proceed to our first agenda. That is an opening statement from Bapak Asrianur Irfansyah, who is the senior manager of ITS Global Engagement Office on International Partnership. Halo Bapak. Okay, Pak Irfan, the time is yours.
Can you hear my voice? Is it clear enough?
Yes, we can hear your voice.
Thank you, Saka. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Irfan. I'm from ITS Global Engagement. So allow me to welcome and express our gratitude to our speakers today from 3 partner universities. So the first, in not any particular order, yeah. So Vives University of Applied Science, Belgium, Dr. Johan Kotin, Head of International Office, welcome. And second, SIIT-Thammasat University Thailand. There will be Miss Ichalika Sirikul, Chief of SIIT International Affairs and Corporate Relations Division, Ms. Chontika Patchotchai, Chief of the International Affairs Section, and Ms. Siwapon Sai, staff from the International Affairs and the third is from Shibaura Institute of Technology, SIT Japan, Ms. Kageyama Reiko from the Division of Global Initiatives. So we are now well into 2021. We understand that this pandemic is not over yet, but we must remain optimistic. Hopefully we can all overcome this and maintain our health, and stay productive. So we hope as soon as things get better, we can interact face-to-face physically. But well, for now, so what we can do, we can make the most of this time using virtual activities. And for our students, we welcome all the students. Please be active in this important session. Hopefully, we can all learn from this event and perhaps plan our immediate future. Thank you. That's all from me. I'll give the chance back to Mbak Sekar.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Irfan, for the opening. It was very motivating. We also hope that we will get new insights from our session today. Okay, let's move on to our next agenda, which is the presentations by Ms. Pichalika Sersirikul, the Chief of SIIT International Affairs and Corporate Relations Divisions, and Ms. Chonticha Pachhotchai, the Chief of International Affairs section, and Ms. Siwaporn Suksai, who is the staff from International Affairs and Corporate Relations of SIIT-Thammasat University Thailand. SIIT, okay, SIIT is a university with the highest number of research publications of any academic division in the university in Thailand, and at the top of all engineering faculties in Thailand. It is ranked 461 to 570 in QS World University Ranking. So, Ms. Pichalika, Ms. Chonticha, and Ms. Siwaporn, the time is yours. Okay? Okay, thank you. You can, the time is yours.
All right, thank you very much. So may I invite Miss Pishalika to say hi to everyone first?
Yeah, she's here. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am P. Shalika from SIT, and thank you very much to all colleagues from ITS for inviting us from SIT to join the very great session today. And today, my colleagues, Ms. Chantisha, will conduct the presentation about SIT. So I hope you will get some idea about our institution. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Chontisha from the International Office at SIIT-Thammasat University Thailand. So I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having us today. So let me share my screen first. All right.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Thank you very much. So let's start with the full name of SIIT. SIIT, the full name is Sirinthorn International Institute of Technology. We are the institute in Thammasat University in Thailand. And today my presentation, I will focus on 4 topics. I will start with the SIIT introduction, and then campus life, then programs for international students, and then the last one, travel advisory. Let's start with the introduction about SIIT. However, since I mentioned that SIIT is a part of Thammasat University, so please let me give you some introduction about Thammasat University first. Thammasat University is one of the oldest universities in Thailand, and there are 4 campuses. The original one is Tha Prajan campus, located in Bangkok. The second one is Rangsit campus. Rangsit campus is the main campus at the moment, and now we are at Rangsit campus. We also have Lampang campus and also Pattaya campus. In Thammasat University, there are around 30 undergraduate students and around 30,000 undergraduate students and around 8,000 graduate students study at Thammasat University. All right, and this is the map that shows where the Thammasat University Rangsit campus located. Thammasat Rangsit campus is not located in Bangkok. We are located in Pathum Thani province, which is only 40 kilometers far from Bangkok. All right, let's move on to the introduction about SIIT. SIIT, we are independent institute in Thammasat University. We are established around 30 years ago, and there are around 2,200 students including undergraduate and graduate students study at SIIT. And of course, since we are the international program, we are the International Institute in Thammasat University, all courses at SIIT are taught in English. So for international students who would like to come to SIIT, you don't have to worry about the language. Of course, since SIIT is also a part of Thammasat University, all students who graduate from SIIT will also get the certificate from Thammasat University as well. At SIIT, we have 2 main semesters. The first semester starts in August until December, and the second semester will start in January until May. And we also have summer semester in June and July. Let's talk about the programs at SIIT. We offer 9 international programs in engineering, technology, and management. So we have chemical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, electrical engineering, computer engineering, and digital engineering. And we also have the management field, which are management technology and engineering management programs. All right. And at SIIT itself, we offer classes in 2 campuses. The main campus, which is here, we call Rangsit campus. So students who have classes in civil engineering, chemical engineering, industrial engineering, and mechanical engineering, they will study at Rangsit campus. But for those who are in digital engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering, management technology, and engineering management programs, they will mostly have classes at Bangkadi campus. Rangsit and Bangkadi campus takes only 15 to 20 minutes by car. And this is the number of international students who study at SIIT at the moment. So please note that this semester, the number of international students is not that many as usual because of the situation in the moment. So we don't have any exchange students, or we have only like 4 exchange students from Germany and France, but normally we should have more than 70 exchange students join SIIT too. So you can see that we have many nationality diverse. And for Indonesian students, we have 19 Indonesian students. 1 in bachelor, 15 students in master degree, and we have 3 in doctoral degree. All of them here got scholarships from SIIT to study here. It's the full scholarship for students to come and study and get degree from SIIT. All right, let's move on to the campus life. Okay, for the international students, once you are in Thailand, our office, the international affairs, will take care of all international students. We will organize a lot of activities for international students. For example, the Thai cooking class, campus tour, cultural trips, Thai study day. We also have the Thai language class for free for all international students for 1 semester. So they will be able to take Thai class, and finally they will be able to speak basic Thai when they stay at SIIT. Apart from that, we also have the international night, some festival, yeah, a lot of activities for international students. And of course, you don't have to worry about friends because as SIIT, we have the buddy system. That means we will have the SIIT student who will help you guys to get along with everything in Thailand. They will pick you up from the airport, will take you to the bank to open the bank account, to help you regarding the dormitory process, and take you for shopping, something like that. This is the approximate expense if for the living expense in Thailand during your study time at SIIT. For the dormitory, I would say that it's around 170 to 400 US dollar per month. And for meals, around 160 US dollar per month. Transportation, I'm talking about the transportation from your dormitory to SIIT, all right? Most of the international students, they will stay not so far from the campus. So it's quite easy for them to get to SIIT. So it might be possible that they can walk from the dormitory, so they don't have to pay for the transportation. Or if it's a little bit far, there are a lot of transportation that they can take from the dormitory, but it's quite cheap. So you can say that you should prepare around 20 US dollar per month. All right, and we also have the expense for the books and stationery around 40 US dollar per semester. So in total, if you want to study at SIT for one semester, we would suggest you to prepare at least 330 or until 600 US dollar per month. Not for the whole semester, sorry. This is the expense per month. Right. Okay, this is pictures on Rangsit campus. Rangsit campus is huge. There are so many buildings, many faculties, many facilities for students. So you can see that how big it is. There are a lot of sports facilities for students. We have like fitness or gym. We have stadium, tennis court, climbing wall, extreme facility, or swimming pool. So international students can use our sport facility on the campus.
พาสปอร์ตของตัวเองเข้าไปที่ MacBook แล้วนะยังไม่ต้องมาแอปอื่น
All right, and for the learning space, there are so many libraries on the campus. So there are around like 2 or 3 big libraries on the campus, and at SIT, we also have the library for our students. So if you want to study, you can just go to the libraries. Okay, and on the campus, there are so many coffee shops. So you can see that we have like Starbucks, we have 2 Starbucks, we have like coffee shops, more than 10 coffee shops. So if you the coffee lovers, so you will enjoy it. And of course, Thammasat University, we have the Thammasat University Hospital. This hospital belongs to the Faculty of Medicine, and it is one of the best hospital in Thailand. Regarding the food shops on and off campus, there are so many food shops, many options for you guys. So may I say that if you eat in the canteen, it costs only around $1 US per dish. It's quite cheap, I promise. And there are a lot of halal food shops that provide on the campus too. Yeah. There are so many food, not only Thai food, there are like international food, like Chinese food, Japanese food, Korean food, steak, a lot of foods. You don't have to worry about foods, okay? And regarding the dormitories, so our office, the International Affairs, to help the international students to get the dormitory not so far from the campus. And the rental fee for the off-campus dormitory is around 5,000 baht to 12,000 baht per month. And most of them are located not so far from the campus. So as I mentioned that, students can walk from the dormitory to SIIT. Here is the off-campus housing options that we have for our international students. There are 2 options. First, dormitory. Dormitory is quite cheap. It starts from around 5,000 to 7,000 baht per month. But if you want to stay at the condominium, it is also a good option, but the rental is quite expensive, around 9,000 baht to 12,000 baht per month. However, SIIT, we also have the dormitory for international students at Bangkadi campus, which is not in on the main campus. Over there, the rental fee is quite cheap, start from 1,800 to 4,500. It depends on the option that you get. And of course, since we have the free shuttle bus between campuses, you don't have to worry if you stay at Bangkadi, but you have classes at Rangsit. There is the free shuttle bus available for you. All right, let's move on to the programs for international students at SIIT. At SIIT, we have programs for full-time international students and for exchange students. What's the difference between full-time and exchange students? Full-time students are students who study at SIIT and will get the degree from Thammasat University in bachelor, master's, and PhD. And of course, at SIIT, we have full scholarships available for studying full-time at SIIT. And next, exchange student program. Exchange student program, we have two types of the exchange program. We have full semester exchange program and also short-term internship program. But today I'm gonna focus on the exchange program. Okay. Student exchange program at SIIT, we have full semester exchange program and the short-term internship program. You can see in the picture what's the difference between this group of students. For full-time student, full semester exchange students, they are required to wear a student uniform. This student uniform is not only at SIIT, it's for all students at Thammasat University, and most of the Thai university students have to wear the student uniform, only for undergraduate students, all right? And the next picture is the group of picture who joined the short-term internship program. So they are not required to wear the student uniform. Okay. I will give you more detail about the full semester exchange program. So the full semester exchange program, the period that students will participate at SIIT is at least 1 semester or 2 semesters. They will take courses at SIIT and finally they will get the credits and can transfer the credits back to home university. And the application deadline for each semester, for the first semester, which will start in August, the application deadline is today, is 30 of April. But for the second semester, which will start in January, the application deadline is 15 October. And of course, for the full-time semester exchange program, we don't have scholarship available, but students from partner university don't have to pay for the tuition fee anyway. And for the next semester, we still don't have plan to offer online courses. It depends on the situation. If the COVID-19 situation in Thailand is good, we may not offer the online courses. All students will have courses on site at SIIT. All right. And the second one is the short-term internship program. The period of participation is different from the full-time exchange program. Students who want to come to SIIT only like 1 month or 2 months, they can join this program. So they can select time between February until July, but only 1 or 2 months. The application deadline of each year is 15 November. And of course, this program, we provide the scholarship for international students from our partner university. We have stipend of 4,500 baht per month. And you can stay at the dormitory at SIIT for free. and we will partial support for the visa fee and insurance fee. At the moment, we don't offer any online program for this program. And we got around, I'm not sure how many students from ITS, but we got a certain number of ITS students join this program previous years. Yeah, maybe if you want to come to SIIT just like for short term, I recommend you to join this program. Okay, and for the travel advisory, this is the last topic that I want to share with you today. Let's start with the process to enter Thailand. This information is updated today. So apart from the visa that you have to apply at the Thai embassy in your country, there are a few required documents that you have to prepare. For example, you have to apply for the certificate of entry, and you have to book the quarantine accommodation. You have to purchase the medical insurance that cover the COVID-19, and the expense that I can share with you is around 2,000 baht for 1 month coverage. It means if you plan to study at SIIT for 1 month, you may pay around 2,000 baht. But if you plan to stay at SIIT for 5 months, so you have to pay more than 2,000 baht to buy the insurance. And the last one, you have to get the COVID test before you enter Thailand. However, this information you can find at the Thai embassy in your city. And let's talk a little bit about the quarantine accommodation. In Thailand, we have 2 types. We have alternative state quarantine, ASQ, or organizational quarantine, or OQ. So students will have like choice to stay. And period that you have to quarantine in Thailand, it is no less than 14 days. And the expense is around, if you stay at the ASQ, you have to pay around for at least 28,000 baht. It depends on the options where you stay. But if you select to stay at the OQ, you will pay around 16,000 baht for the 14 days. And all expense must be responsible by students. All right, and additional requirement for students. When you finish the quarantine for 14 days, SIIT require all international students to self-isolate for 7 days, for 7 days more at the dormitory. So it means that you have to quarantine at the ASQ or OQ for 14 days, plus self-isolation at the dormitory for 7 days. So in total, you have to quarantine for 21 days. All right, this is all the information that I want to share with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation, Ms. Chonticha, and also to Ms. Pichalika, Ms. Wapondu. It is very informative and interesting. We see that there are a lot of things we can look forward to studying in SIIT-Thammasat University. And for the participant, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the panel discussion session later. Okay, thank you so much, Miss. Okay, the next presentation is by Dr. Johan Kotin, who is the head of International Office of Vives University of Applied Sciences, Belgium. So, Vives is the largest university of applied sciences in West Flanders, Belgium. Vives also has 5 campuses in 5 studential cities in Belgium. So, Dr. Johan Kotin, the time is yours.
You still mute, Dr. Johan. I'm sorry, you still mute.
Okay, sorry
Okay,
for
thank
that.
You.
So very good afternoon. Selamat siang. I'm very happy to be here with you this afternoon. And actually, the point is that I really would like to share some general information about Vives and also some information about Belgium. So I will share my screen, and I hope that now you can see my presentation. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually going from one side of the world, from Thailand, we are going to Europe at the moment. And actually I started with this slide because maybe you do not find Belgium, as it is a very small and tiny country somewhere in Western Europe. As you can see, the point is that we are a bit stretched between bigger countries like France, Germany, the United Kingdom, and then we are together with the Netherlands and Luxembourg, one group of countries called the Benelux. Now, in Belgium at the moment, we have about 11.5 million inhabitants, and the capital of Belgium is Brussels. At the same time, it's also the capital of the European Union, which is, of course, a very important economic reality, and which is an open economic area, quite important for trade and for international relations. Now, when I say, first of all, welcome in Belgium. Belgium, it's a very special country. As you know, we are a kingdom. And I've mentioned on the left the family with our king, Philip, and his wife and the kids. But maybe much more important to mention is the quite complex federal structure of Belgium. As you can see, we have a federal government. We have then 3 regional governments, one in Flanders, which is the Dutch-speaking part in the north, one in Wallonia, which is the French-speaking part, and then we have a very small community next to the border with Germany, which is the German-speaking community. So this is the complex situation, and it makes it not always easy, but at least the point is that we handle the complete and complex reality in our country. Now, when you say Belgium, then you might think about chocolate, or I don't know if you've heard about the Red Devils. They are quite important in football at the moment. Maybe you've heard about the important Belgian beers, or you can see the atomium, which is a very nice symbol in Belgium, in Brussels, or even Tomorrowland. So those are important things. It's a country with a lot of export towards the rest of Europe. And that's why actually everything on trade, on commercial sciences is, and technology and new technologies is very important. It's a country of comics. You probably have heard about the Smurfs or Tintin, or you probably have heard about Marsupilami. Those are actually quite important icons of Belgium. But we shouldn't talk too much about the country, because I believe it's much more important to talk about our University of Applied Science. Here you see again the country, and the Western Flanders province is near the coast. We are happy to have at least 70 kilometers of coastal area. That's not too much, of course, but of course we can enjoy it. And then if you would come to Belgium, then you probably will in either Kortrijk or in Brugge, which are rather small but very safe cities in this province. So as you can see, Bruges, Brugge, it's the capital of the province of Western Flanders. And here you have some amazing pictures. There a lot of tourists are coming to Bruges, which is known as Venice of the North. There are a lot of channels, and it's actually very nice to visit. A bit more to the south, near the French border, you have another small city, which is Kortrijk. And here you can see some pictures of this very nice city too. The difference between the two cities is that Kortrijk has been destroyed completely during the Second World War and had to be rebuilt. It's a very dynamic province with a lot of small and medium-sized companies, but also some international companies like Barco or Bekaert, who are also present in Indonesia. Now, important maybe to mention is that there are, although the fact that the main religion in Belgium, it's Christianism and Catholicism, of course, that apart from that, there are a lot of communities of Muslims as well. In Kortrijk, there will be built a new mosque in the city of Kortrijk. There is also a community of Muslims in Bruges. So when we talk about Kortrijk, it's 78,000 inhabitants, but a community about 4,000 to 5,000 Muslims is also present in Kortrijk. So it means that it is easy to find halal food or halal shops and to go to the ceremonies if you would like to do so. Now, when you come to Vives, actually, you can see that we do have different campuses in 5 cities. We have 7 campuses in total. The main campuses are in Kortrijk and in Bruges, and as you can see, state-of-the-art buildings, very new, in a very nice environment. Most of them are at about 2 kilometers from the city center, and a lot of students use bikes to go to the campus. We give the possibility for exchange students to hire a bike at a very cheap prices as well. But at the same time, you can use public transport, and we give to the students also a free ticket to use the public transport in both cities of Kortrijk and Brugge. Now, maybe important is to mention that Vives, it's a University of Applied Science with 16,500 students and about 1,150 staff members. Annually, we receive around 300 incoming students, but we are also associated with the very old university, the Catholic University of Leuven. So this association means that in all parts of Flanders, we have universities of applied sciences. They only offer undergrad studies because for the graduation and master studies and PhDs, students have to go to the University of Leuven itself. So Leuven, KU Leuven, has been created in 1472. So that's a long time ago with a lot of history and actually a high-ranked university. Just the word Vives, the name is coming from Juan Luis Vives. That is the person that you can see on the right in the presentation. He was born in Valencia in Spain in the late 17th, beginning 18th century. He moved to Bruges, to Brugge, and he was a famous contemporary person of Erasmus. Both of them were teaching at this University of Leuven. Actually, he was so important in education because he opened possibilities for girls, for women to study at universities, because previously universities were only for men. He was a very innovative person in the field of education. Now, about the exchange programs, the main exchange programs are actually in the business department, and we call that program the Vives Business Academy. That is a tailor-made study program in Kortrijk or in Bruges, in Brugge, in business and informatics. And it's like that we offer every semester, the spring and the fall, which periods are for the fall from September to January and the spring from February to June. We offer more than 90 European credits, which is a bit similar to 45 ITS credits, in elective courses in different fields. So for one semester, students pick up normally 30 credits, European credits, which means about 15 to 17 ITS credits. In this department, we have every semester international groups of 80 to 100 incoming students per campus. And of course, coming from a lot of countries, not only European countries, but from China to Chile and a lot of countries in between, of course. Most of the staff in this Vives Business Academy is an international teaching staff, so Belgians, but also people coming from different areas worldwide. And the courses are either only for the international students or together with the Flemish, with the Belgian students. There is a possibility to learn more languages. I'm giving here some examples. If you would like to pick up Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, German, Italian, or whatever. So this is one of the possibilities that we offer. During this exchange program of one semester, we organize a lot of field visits to companies, all kinds of organizations. There are a lot of group works, business games, and things like that. And we organize with the international team also weekend trips to other cities in Europe, like to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, Paris in France, London, Köln, and other places. We do have also some short intensive programs, international weeks with other universities in which the students can participate. And just maybe something what is important is that once you obtain the visa to come to Belgium, it's actually a so-called Schengen visa, which means that you can travel in different places in Europe. And we have the advantage, a bit like, well, what you have also is a very low-cost air carrier, which is Ryanair. So students are traveling a lot in Europe, and actually our university is nearby the hub of this low-cost air travel company. Now, in applied technology, this is something which at the moment is in restructuring, in the sense that the courses they offer in English, they are adjusting a lot of their programs, but there is a possibility to attend courses in different disciplines. If it would be, let's say, in mechanical engineering or electromechanical or whatever. So I can give more information about that later on. What is also a possibility is to do an internship in companies or in our own labs. So we have a Fab Lab, and you can see a picture of that Fab Lab in the presentation. Now, something about housing. We do have an own residence in the city of Kortrijk, which is brand new. You can see the price for a month in a single room is 385 euros. If you would prefer a double room, then it's 285 per person. There is a possibility to go on the private market, of course, and at that time, there is an officer from the international office who will help you. In Bruges, at the moment, we do not have an own residence because we are building a new one, and she will be ready the 1st of September in 2022. If you would like to know something about living costs in Belgium, then we believe that you have to calculate about 350 to 400 euros per month. Of course, it depends a bit on your lifestyle. There are some mensas at university with very cheap prices for the meals. So it's a bit up to you to make your choice. Or you can cook in the residences, of course, yourself. There are kitchens on each floor. So about scholarships for the exchange programs, actually the point is that we have some limited possibilities. And I suggest if you would be interested in that you get in touch with your global engagement office. Now, I would like to share with you a video, and I hope that this will work. I will try, and then we will see if you get also the sound. Is it okay? Just a moment.
Maybe you need to stop share first and then add share for the video. Yeah. Okay. So please click. The video is not running. Pak Johan.
In the center of Europe.
Sorry.
Our institution offers
The video still not running. We only can see, yeah. Can you see stop share and then add more for the YouTube link?
Vives is spread
And don't forget to click share and sound in the left one, so we can hear the sound as well.
and Torhout.
Okay.
Is it okay? Yes.
Click
Yes.
share screen, and then click for the YouTube until we can share screen. Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Students enjoy the modern
Okay, great.
infrastructure in the campuses of Bruges. For example, the Care Lab and one of our simulation labs. This campus hosts also the largest board game archive with no less than 20,000 titles. Campus of Torhout is focusing on teacher training and is known for its modern sports facility. The campus in Kortrijk is the biggest, including, for instance, the Vives Innovation and Research Center, a makerspace and specialized workspaces. Campus Roeselare, we offer study programs in biotechnology and healthcare. One of the successes of our biotechnology department is the realization Finally, we have our campuses in Ostend with specific programs in construction and aviation technology. Every day, we try to shape the education of tomorrow by implementing our take on education based on drive, connection, and innovation. Yearly, we welcome more than 300 international exchange students. Vives helps them in finding suitable accommodation. We are fully committed to internationalization and encourage our students and staff to develop their international competencies at home and abroad.
In the future, I want to start my own company. I want to run my own company. With Vives, I can do that.
I want to be an engineer, and so Vives bring me a lot in both business and technical part. It was the best option that my university offered. First of all, because the teaching here is in English, and I heard that it's really practical, and also the teaching was amazing over here.
I got a lot of new experience here in Belgium and in the Vives. Here you can find a lot of good students, a lot of good teachers, and you can learn a lot of new things that really help you in your life.
Everyone you meet here is lovely, and it's a lot different than the system of probably your education in your own country. So
you work with different people from different nationalities. Gives you the chance to see different cultures when doing group works.
Welcome to Vives. Design your future together with us.
Okay, thank you very much for your attention. And of course, I'm here to answer your questions and later on.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation, Dr. Johan. It was very insightful, and we get to know many opportunities IT students can apply to in Vives. Now, I want to remind the participants again, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the panel discussion session later. So now, moving on to the last presentation today, it will be brought by Ms. Kageyama Reiko, who is from Divisions of Global Initiatives in Shibaura Institute of Technology, Japan. So, SIT is the only private technology university in Japan to be selected for the top global university project, and it is also ranked 35 in all Japan and 8 in terms of technology in British magazine Time Higher Education's THE Japan University Ranking in 2020. To Ms. Kageyama Reiko, the time is yours.
Okay, well, thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much for inviting to this event. And nice meeting you all at the for the students at the ITS. My name is Reiko Kageyama from Shibaura Institute of Technology in Japan. Today, I'd like to share about our university as well as the exchange programs that you might consider joining in the future. First of all, let me share the screen with you guys. Okay. Let's see. Can you see the screen? Let me. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Kageyama. It's fine.
Let's see. Do you see a text, or you only see the slides itself, or do you see a text?
We only see the slide. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. You only see the slides. Okay, that's great.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So let me start. Okay. Okay. First of all, Shibaura Institute of Technology is located in Tokyo, Japan, and we are oriented in engineering oriented in engineering fields, as the name of the university indicates. And first of all, let me introduce the Shibaura, our university. Our mission statement is nurturing practical engineers who learn from society and contribute to society. SIT was founded in 1927 by Dr. Shiro Arimoto, like you see on the screen. He was only 32 years old when he founded this university. So I think that 32 years is very old, very young to think about establishing the university, but he did it. And we are going to celebrate 100th anniversary in 6 years, actually. And campus location, we have 3 campuses located in Tokyo area, mainly in Tokyo area. We have Toyosu campus as a main campus, and we have Omiya campus in Saitama Prefecture, which is next to Tokyo. This is the second but the biggest campus. And lastly, we have a Shibaura campus located also in Tokyo, central Tokyo. And we have about 9,000 students enrolled in total, and about 8,000 students in undergraduate and 1,000 students in graduate programs. And we have 16 departments in our undergraduate programs, and which can be divided into 7 major areas you see on the slides. As you can see, we cover most of the engineering fields, starting from electrical engineering, materials, mechanicals, mathematics, biotechnology, design, and architecture and civil engineering. So, So if you are majoring in any of these fields, you probably have a chance to study at our university. A feature of SIT. One of the main feature of SIT is that we are one of the top global university in Japan. In 2014, Japanese government have chosen 37 universities to be role models for the globalization of Japanese educational institutions out of 800 universities in Japan. And SIT is the only private science and engineering university in Japan to receive federal funds for this project, and we are very honored about that. And this is the number of students' mobilities, both in outbound and inbound students. And as you can see, the number of both in outbound and inbound is growing up rapidly ever since, especially after 2014, when we received the federal funds that I just mentioned. And in 2023, we set the goal to receive students from outside, about like more than close to 3,000. And then also that we want to send our students to outside Japan, close to 3,000 students. So these are the target number in 2 years. But so we are working really hard on to make this goal. And this is a number of international students by country, sought by countries. This is a number in from 2019, because last year, as well as with the other universities in like all over the world, we didn't receive that many students last year. Well, actually, like really few students received, but not many. So this is a number from 2019. We have many students from China and Thailand and South Korea, and followed by Malaysia, Taiwan. And we also have quite good number of students from Indonesia as well. And so, okay. And this is a target for year 2023. As we were selected for the top global university project, which is 10-year project, we had to we set the goal for 2023, which is 10 years after the project started. And this is the figure that this is the goals that we want to achieve in 2023. First of all, the figure in the middle is a study abroad experience among domestic students, means that we want to send all of our SIT students to study abroad programs somewhere in the world. We want to have the students to experience study abroad experience at least once in their four-year college life. And then also the figure on the left is the international students ratio number. We want to have about 30% of international students in 2023 as well. And this is the rankings in Japan. Actually, this ranking is from last year, and we have the latest one from 2021. But I'm sorry, I couldn't prepare the latest slides for this time. But as you can see, our ranking is going up like growing up every year, and we hope to keep up with this. And next is a non-degree program. Okay. Non-degree program is the exchange program. So maybe the students who are attending this fair may be consider joining this program. These are we have two non-degree programs. One is course-taking sandwich program. And the next, and another one is a research exchange laboratory internship program. First, let me talk about the course-taking sandwich program. This program, the main activity of this program is that you will be taking courses taught in English. This is for you can be both. You can be undergraduate students or graduate students. And then all the courses offered for this program is offered in English. So if you have a good English skill to follow the courses, you can join this program. And this program allows you to stay with us for 1 semester or 2 semesters, up to 1 academic year. And our spring semester starts from April to July to the end of July, and our fall semester starts from the middle of September to the end of January. So our spring semester just started this month. And then also we offer the scholarship opportunity for this program. The 40,000 Japanese yen per month during the program for qualified students means that you will be screened based on the application documents, and if you after, like, if you pass the screening, you have a chance to get this this scholarship. And we accept applications twice per year. If you are interested in joining this program for the fall spring semester, the application will be open from October 1st to October 31st. And if you're interested in the fall semester, the application period application is from April 1st to April 30th. Okay, sorry about that. So right now, the application for the actually today is the last day for the fall semester, but we kind of extended the application period for this time because upon the request from other universities. So you still have 7 more days to apply for the fall semester, for this coming semester, if you are interested in. But
we already closed in ITS.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry about
I already nominated about 5 students. Yeah, in the system. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry. You have your own role, but that was our. So sorry about that. Okay. If you are considering joining the program, you have a chance to you can consider joining the program for the spring semester, and the application is up from October. And you can see more details of the program from the website that's showing on the screen. I will just briefly explain. If you are interested in knowing what kind of courses that's offered for this program, you can go to this website. And then if you go to the website and for example, if you click on the spring all departments, that will show the tables like this on the screen, and which shows which is the list of the courses that you can list. This is a table of the courses that's offered for that for during the semester. And you can go see you can see the name of the courses, and then also name of campus. As mentioned, we have 3 campuses, so you kind of have to think about the traveling time between campuses. If you so knowing which campus is offered is very important information. And then also, if you click on the book icon, you will be able to see the syllabus of each course. And this is how the example how the syllabus looks like. And you can see the details of the courses. Next is a research exchange laboratory internship program. This program is the main activity of this program is to conduct a research activity under the supervision of SIT professor. This is a very popular program as well. That this is very popular program as well. Because you get to do the research joining the laboratory of SIT. Okay. And eligibility, we expect the students to be at least a junior year, which is third year, or higher. This is because so you can be a senior student or the graduate program students. Why we limit the eligibility for this program is that because the main activity for this program is to conduct research, which means that we expect the students to have basic ideas and a basic knowledge about what you want to do during the research activity. And the duration is 8 working days, a minimum of 8 working days to 1 year. Means that you can, if you want, you can start, you can join this program only for 8 days. But of course, many of the students don't do that because working on the research for 8 days is not really enough. But this is just the minimum number we require for this program. But because of this flexibility, it's it's really good to for students from other countries, because you don't have to consider to matching the academic calendar of your universities and our university, because our university starts the semester starts from April to July, and the fall semester starts from September to January. We cannot move that. So if you, if your university's academic calendar doesn't match with that, you can, this program is very, very flexible. And then also scholarship, we provide the scholarship opportunity for this program as well. The condition is the same as the other program. And in application period, we accept applications 6 times a year, because we have the duration of the program is very flexible. So depending on which month you want to, join the program, you can apply for this program. Okay. And if you want to know more details about the program, you can go to the website that's showing on the screen. And then, okay. And before you, when you consider joining this program or applying for this program, you can, the important thing is that you need to have the study field that you want to participate, you want to know, you need to find the laboratory that you want to join. If you don't have a laboratory that you don't want to join, the application of the program is not really. Okay. So if you go to the website, you will find this shows how to join the program, how to search the laboratories. So by clicking the icons, you can join the program. You can find the list of the laboratories that's related to the field that you are interested in. And then this is how we match the students with professors. This is how we match the students with professors. Based on the application documents, like a CV, we request the students to submit CV and research plan and a motivation letter and then all those. So based on those, and then also we ask the students to choose 3 professors when they make the online applications. So based on the research, the application documents and those the 3 selected professors, we try to match you with our professor. And we try our best to match to select the laboratory for you, but sometimes sometimes there is a case that we cannot find a laboratory for you because due to the study field or research plan or the capacity of the laboratory itself. So why we okay? So we have lastly, let me explain why non-degree program. Why I'm recommending the exchange program is that it's a chance to study in the Japanese university with very low price, because you can stay as a student at your home university. You just come to our university as an exchange student. So and in order to join this program, we ask the students to pay 30,000 Japanese yen as a registration fee, but we don't charge any other fees from you because you are the students from the partner universities. So, but if you want to join the program, if you want to become a full-time student in Japan, it can be more. The cost would you have to pay for the tuitions and all that, so it can be more expensive. And then also by having the experience as an exchange student, you can expand your horizon as well. Because as I shown at the beginning, we accept many students from like different part of the different countries. So you have a chance to meet lots of students, not only Japanese students, but the students from other countries. So means that you can widen your perspectives and all that. So and then also by joining, by knowing, by experience the Japanese education, you can broaden your knowledge by learning in the different perspectives as well. So these are the two main reasons that we recommend the exchange program. Okay, so next is about Japan and Tokyo. Well, you might be familiar with information about this, but let me just show some pictures. This is the picture of Mount Fuji. This is a picture of temple in Kyoto in the autumn season. This is sakura. This is a picture of sakura. And one of the privilege of being in Japan or living in Japan is you can enjoy the 4 seasons. Each season you will enjoy like the nature and atmosphere. And this is the picture of Tokyo Tower on the left and how Tokyo looks like. And data of Japan and Tokyo, I just go briefly, but this is just the general information about Japan. And the cost of living in Tokyo, you might be more interested in this information. Well, since we are located in Tokyo, the average expenses might be higher than the other areas of Japan. But this is a rough estimate of a living cost. The housing could be is taking much more space, and so it says 40,000 Japanese yen, but can be more or can be less, depends on how you use the money. But this is the average, and it can be on the minimum side of the living cost. But this is just a rough estimate. And currently, so okay, I just explained many things about like living in Tokyo or living in Japan or the beauty of Japan. But as many of you are like most of us are experienced due to the COVID-19, we have some restrictions. This is current entry. Let me talk about the entry restrictions. This is only the current information. As you know, this information can change in the future and then like frequently. And so let me just share, this is just the current information. Okay, well, first of all, Japanese government restrict the foreigners to enter Japan right now. And the state of emergency is, well, actually another state of emergency just started last week, but even after the emergency state of emergency has lifted, the entry restrictions to Japan is still going on. So we are carefully monitoring the government policies and the measures in response to this policy. But I don't know, we hope that we can resume the student mobility programs and welcome all of you on campus by the end of this year. But this is the current situation. And immigration policy changes frequently. So if you have any question, if you have a question like if you really want to know like how to enter Japan or how the restrictions going in Japan, please ask. The best way is to ask the embassy for the latest information. And then and then also we at this moment we require the quarantine period as well for 2 weeks. And then these are the general rules that we usually require for the students to follow. Do not use the public transportation and measure your temperature every day and report it to JTB is the partner is our partner agent, not travel agent. And stay at the designated hotel, and then we usually we arrange this the hotels for the students to stay during the quarantine period, and we ask the students to stay at the hotel because we have a responsibility over the students to report it to Japanese government how they are doing, and then how this and so we ask the students to stay at the same hotel. And usually eating out is not really a good idea. And then, well, actually the restaurant many of the restaurant close early. So these are just some general rules, and we hope we can just don't have to follow this at the end of by the end of this year, but we still keep doing this. Okay, student life. Okay, so again, we have 3 campuses. And so we have 3 campuses. So depending on which area you live, the cost of living can be different. We have a student dormitory right by the Omiya campus. So it's called the SIT Global Dormitory. This is a resident for both Japanese students and the foreign students. And they share the kitchens. They have their own room. Each of them have their own room, but they share kitchen. And then also this is the TIEC, Tokyo International Exchange Center. This is for the master or higher students. And this is the TIEC is not the SIT's property, but because it's located near Toyo's campus, so many of our SIT students live this resident as well. This is also the resident for both international students and the exchange and Japanese students. And many students, the type of the accommodation varies depending on the students. Some students live in an apartment by themselves or share a room with other students to make the living cost lower. Or living in a shared house is also popular because when you live in a shared house, you already have a roommate before you. So that means that those roommates can be the good guide for you to start your life in Japan. Or also, some students enjoy living with Japanese family with the homestay program. And student life, clubs and circles. Many students. We have lots of student activities on campus, and you can if you are interested, you can join one of the clubs. That's one of the clubs like showing on the screen. The left upper side is a karate club. Which is very, very popular for the international students, especially the exchange students. Many exchange students join this. Participate in this club. Or sometimes the international students form the dance club together with the Japanese students and showing off and exhibit and show and be on the stage during the school festival.
Can you skip a bit? We are running out of the time.
Oh, sorry.
So sorry, okay. And especially
it's okay.
Today is Ramadan time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go fast. Okay, I just show the following slides are just the pictures. So, okay, this is how this is the students' activities, and these are the campus, how it looks, Toyo's campus. This is the Shibaura campus. Oh, sorry. Well, actually, this is Omiya campus, not Shibaura campus. Sorry about that. And okay, and then actually, this is the Shibaura campus, how it looks. And clubs, circles, events. Also, we have lots of activities going on campus. Global Learning Commons is the hub for the international hub for the peer support. The student staff run this place to run this commons to help the students to each other. Okay, so that's it. So if you have any question, you can probably ask questions later during the QA sessions. Thank you very much for listening. Sorry about the time.
It's okay. Thank you very much for the presentations, Ms.
Okay.
Mareko.
Okay.
It was very informative.
Okay.
We have quite a lot of similarities here in ITS in terms of our specialty, which is engineering. So it's a very huge opportunity for engineering students here in ITS to take programs in SIT. So it is time for our next agenda, which is panel discussions. Mr. Wahyu will be the moderator for the session. So, Mr. Wahyu, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear my voice, everyone?
Yes, we can hear your voice.
Committee, could you please also add Ms. Bechalika and also Dr. Johan in the screen? Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. So now we would like to enter for the first session. The first session is like panel session. For the students, the rule for this round is the ITS student need to deliver the question for the 3 university. Yeah, so for example, like 1 question, but like for 3 universities, so you may like make comparisons and you can find information, the same information that you can find for each university. If you have specific question, please hold your question in the later in the breakout room. So now I would like to give opportunity for you to deliver your question in the chat box, yeah, and ask your question to our speaker today. So first of all, I need to mention that the 3 universities are close partner. I met Dr. Johan during APAIE 2017 in Taiwan. I also visited SIIT-Thammasat University, and we sent many still students and staff. Mobility, of course. Yeah, I think I've always many times visit to SIIT, and SIIT don't ask how many students is joining SIIT Japan program. So 3 of these our partner is our what we call is favorite university, yeah, favorite partner for ITS student. So allow me to deliver the question first. As I mentioned before, that when the student register to this program, they send me a question. So let me go ask for the first question while waiting the question from the chat box. Okay, so the first question is actually coming from one of the international undergraduate program, yeah, that I mentioned before, that we have international undergraduate program who have international class, yeah, from the beginning, from the early semester until later they graduate from ITS. So the question is, do you think is this possible to conduct, yeah, double degree program in bachelor level with your university? Yeah, with your university, is there any possibility to do that? And also the second question also, normally for the for the English proficiency test, do you accept like the TOEFL from the university, which means that TOEFL from ITS, TOEFL prediction, or do you have special standard for the English proficiency test score? Like for example, like you need to be IELTS or you need to be TOEIC or need to be PBT or something like that. So I think it's also quite common for the second question from my student. Okay, so maybe sorry, maybe for the first, I would like to give opportunity to the from SIIT first to answer your question, Ms. Pechalika or P. Chontica would like to answer.
Excuse me, may I ask the first question again?
Do you think it's possible to have joint degree or double degree, yeah, program in bachelor level, not in the master, but in bachelor level with your university? Yeah.
Okay, well, for the joint degree at the moment in the bachelor degree program, we don't have it yet, but it could be possible. In this case, we can discuss with the academic professor from both sides. I mean, for example, if ITS would like to establish some joint or dual degree program in the bachelor degree level, we can we can let the academic staff to discuss from both sides, because this will run by the academic program. But at the moment, SIT also have the dual degree or joint degree in the master and doctoral degree program in university in Germany and also in Japan. Yeah, bachelor may be possible, but we need to see which program that you are interested in and let our academic professor from both sides to discuss to each other.
Okay. And the second question, Ms. Pechalika?
And the second question, I think Chontina can help to explain about the English requirement.
All right. Actually, as IIT, we accept all type of English proficiency score.
Yeah. Yes.
And
it should be
we
like IELTS or TOEFL, or can we using TOEFL from ITS?
Yeah. And in the case that your students don't have the English proficiency test, the university can issue the letter to confirm their English proficiency. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, the answer from SIT. Now, let me give time to Dr. Johan to answer the both question about the possibility joint degree, double degree in bachelor level, and also English proficiency score test. Johan, the time is yours.
Well, actually, at the moment, we are just planning the double degree specifically in the field of business. So we are in a process together with ITS to set up a double degree. Let's hope that we can finish this within the coming weeks. So from that moment on, there is a possibility for students from ITS to come to Vives in their third year. That's the idea, a full year. And then by doing so, they will obtain also the Belgian degree. So that's quite important. Now, as for the second question, it's specifically the proficiency in English. The point is that for exchange program, we require a B2 level, but it's up to ITS to evaluate the English proficiency of the students, which is a bit different for the double degree. Then it would be by official statement. But it's up to, for the exchange program, there is no need for official documents.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Johan, for confirming that. And how about in SIT case, Ms. Reiko Kagayama?
Okay, well, as for the first question about the joint degree program and the DD program, well, actually, for the exchange we have some cases for the master or doctor level, but we don't really have the cases in bachelor yet. And in order to have such a program in the bachelor level, we have to have lots of negotiations and discussions on our side first, because it's more difficult than doctor or the graduate or the master program. And for the second question about the English proficiency, for the undergraduate for the exchange program, as long as the students have, we require students to have CEFL B2 level or the equivalent or equivalent. That's the minimum, the requirement that we have. So we don't limit the types of the English test, proficiency test. It can be IELTS or TOEFL or things like that, as long as that score is equivalent to CEFL B2.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, everyone. So I hope, especially from the IUP students, international students, you can hear the answer. I think for SIIT case, since so many departments already visit before, maybe you may recommend them first to discuss, But to be honest, to discussion or negotiation about joint degree, double degree, especially in bachelor, is so long time. For example, like in Vives case with the business management, I think starting from 2017, and finally maybe we start to collaborate in the joint degree paper. So okay, but at least you can recommend your department science. You may, if I'm not mistaken, IUP student can recommend some partnership, some partner to the department, Okay, so maybe I go to the next question again from my student. Okay, it's actually also always common to be answered in every LSA for the second session. There is two questions. First of all, for the Muslim students, so do you provide some like a musola or some function room that student can using for the praying? Because as you know that Muslim students need to pray about 5 times a day, but normally during the week, during the campus time, at least they need to pray about three times, for like in the afternoon and also in the close to the evening. Do you have like some room multifunction or like some musola that maybe our student can using for the praying? And next question, do you really require them like to learn about your local language. For example, like in this case, in Japanese language, Thailand language, in Belgium, if I'm not mistaken, Dutch language, yeah, Dr. Johan. Yeah, is it like you recommend them to learn about local language, especially for the exchange program? Should they prepare by them first before they coming to your university, so they more prepare during their survival life? Okay, maybe for this time, I would like to give opportunity to Dr. Johan first to answer the question.
Thank you. As for the first question, actually, at the university, we do have what we call a silent room, which is open for the students from every religion, so they can join in and they can actually do their prayers or whatever. This is a possibility we have in all campuses. Then for the second question, actually, the point is that we do not offer a clash course Dutch before coming, but there is a possibility to attend during the whole semester, starting either in the fall or in the spring semester, a specific course on Dutch, which is a clash course, and which helps the students actually to go in the street and to order a bread or whatever in the local shops. But there is no need for that because everyone speaks fluent English in both cities, so that's really not a need. It could be interesting just to have the background of the Dutch language because there are some connections with former Netherlands.
Yeah.
And of course, so okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Johan, for the answer. Now I give time to Ms. Reiko Kageyama to answer the question. You still mute, Dr. Ms. Kageyama? Kageyama-san?
Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry. About the first question, we do have a room for the prayer room for both boys and girls. So I don't know how many students are using, but we noticed that some students are using that room to make to pray. So we do have that. And next question, the second question is local language. In order to join our exchange programs, we don't require students to know Japanese language before they join before they come to Japan. Or the master degree program, we accept if you want to join the master degree program, you can also. You don't have to know Japanese either. But for bachelor program, we don't really have prepared yet. We don't really have, most of the courses are taught in Japanese, so it's difficult. But for any courses offered for the exchange programs and the master degree program, you don't have to know Japanese to join. But of course, living in Japan, if you know Japanese, that helps a lot to live in Japan.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Kageyama. Now it's time for the SIIT turn to answer the question. Ms. Bechalika or Ms. Chonticha?
Okay, I may help to answer the question first. For SIT, we do provide a prayer room for the Muslim student in both campus and for boys and girls, and in the proper place. So don't worry about this. And because at the moment we do have the Muslim student quite a lot in some numbers, so they use this room in both campuses. And for the requirement for the native language, of course, SIT is 100% international program. All courses here are conducted in English. So of course, almost of the student will study English during their class. But we also provide a basic Thai language and also some kind of the activity. Maybe Chonticha can help to add the details of the Thai language and Thai study program that we provide for our students.
Yeah, at the beginning of the semester, we have the orientation session for new international students. And of course, we will have at least like 3 hours to offer the basic Thai language for students. But however, for the whole semester, we will offer the Thai language course like around 40 hours for international students to take, and it's for free. Yeah, so they will be able to communicate the basic Thai language when they arrive in Thailand. And for the people, as Ms. Vichalika mentioned, at SIT, most of SIT staff, more than 50% of SIT staff members, we can communicate in English. And of course, all professors, they can communicate in English. And I'm quite sure that 100% of SIT students can speak English very well. But for the students in other faculties or in the canteen on the campus, I think they may not speak English very well, but they will try to help students anyway. So no worries about the language. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Pechalika and Ms. Chonticha. And also, I've been always SIIT many times, everyone. So I need also to mention that SIIT is close, yeah, inside of Thammasat University Rangsit campus. There is also a Muslim room over there. You may play a big room in Thammasat University. Yeah, is in Faculty of Humanity or there is like big Muslim room. And also it's also close to Asian Institute of Technology. There is a mosque over there. So normally I go to pray Jumat in AIT, yeah, because it's so close with SIIT. So you don't need to worry, yeah, about the Muslim room. So if the parents watch this recording later, so parents may have hear the opinion from SIT of Vives University, and also an SIT about some common concern about the parents, yeah, especially for the Muslim thing. So you can hear the answer that they will assist you as much as they can, yeah, in order to adapt when your children and when the students coming to this, especially in the exchange program. Okay, before we break out room, I think we are running out of time, yeah. Yeah. So and also I saw the question in the chat box is actually more specific to SIIT and also SIT. So maybe Kelly, you may prepare the breakout room, and maybe while the breakout room, there's one very important question because I saw there is master student over here. Just one question before we go into the breakout room while my team prepare the room. Is there any possibility for the master student or for bachelor or diploma in the last year, so they come into your university, example like 3 months until 1 semester, yeah, only to do the thesis? And do you think it's possible to like have joint supervision thesis? Like they're doing thesis, maybe kind of lab internship, but they're working with the thesis, and still possible like can get consultation from the professor in your university to like about the thesis, like joint supervision, like thesis joint supervision. Yeah, can you understand my question? Yeah. So the question is again, is it possible for last year student, especially for master student or bachelor student or diploma student, come to your university for only 3 until 1 semester, but they coming, yeah, only for the thesis, working with their thesis? And do you think it's possible like to get supervision with one of the professor in university? Okay. Maybe I start with the Ms. Kageyama first.
Well, okay. Well, let me just confirm your question. Okay, so
Yeah.
if the students wants to come to our university just to work on the
Thesis.
final thesis,
Like yes.
Well, actually, we have exchange program called the research exchange programs, and then we don't really ask them like that much of details, but I noticed some of the students who joined that program is doing the thesis, is coming to join. Some students join that program for that purpose. So we accept such students as long as. Oh, sorry, my voice is.
Yes,
my
clear,
voice okay?
clear.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
As long as the students meet the requirement, the eligibility for that program, it's possible to join the program.
Okay, thank you so much for confirming. Just for the information for the one who delivered the question, last semester one of master student from mathematics department is do join supervision under the ECRP. So they join, they apply as SRP program in SIT Japan, but actually they're doing the thesis, and the thesis is like Professor Guizingai from Mathematics SIT, and also get supervision from professor in Mathematics of ITS. Yeah, we already have example before in mathematics department. Yeah, for the SIT Japan. Okay.
I think you sent many students for the research exchange program, so you kind of know how it works, right? I think it works for that purpose too.
Yes. Okay.
But we require students to have to return their home university before they graduate from their home university anyway. So as long as you can keep that way, okay, they can join.
Okay, I hope every student, especially for the final year student, can get confirmation from Ms. Reva. So how about in SIIT case, Ms. Becalika and Ms. Chontica, do you think it's still possible?
Yes, we do have some, I can say that we have some internship student in the master and doctoral degree program to work with our professor. But I have to say that we cannot commit whether he or she will be accepted at that time or not, because it depends on the availability of the supervisor. Yes, of course, they can apply to join SIT. We call them as the exchange student when they are nominated from the partner university, and we can consider. But in this case, we have to have like a special consider because they need to seek for the expected professor from SIT. In this case, they will be just joining the internship or project with our supervisor. But normally from our experience in the previous year, when we accept student in this group, we normally requested them to enroll courses in SIT for at least one course, in order to let them to register as the exchange student of SIT and also from Thammasat University, in order to be eligible to use our facility, for example, as the exchange student. Otherwise, if they're not register anything, they will be just like a visiting student. But that's fine. We used to receive some student as the internship student in SIT.
Okay, so do you think, Ms. Petrika, the student need to at least communication to you first to tell the intention, so they can like have opportunity to tell the intention to prospective supervisor in SIIT?
Yes, of course. They can apply as the exchange student, but we have to have the special consideration because we need to get the availability of the expected professor from each program. Maybe or maybe not to be considered at that time. It depends on the proper schedule. Yeah, but they can apply.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Dr. Johan, maybe it's the time for you to answer.
Well, very short, I just would like to add that in the business department, this is rather difficult, but in the applied engineering and technology department, this is one of the possibilities, of course. Okay. But it's still important to mention that this is only at the undergrad level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Johan, for that answer. Okay, that's the end of the first panel session. Yeah. Now we would like to prepare for the final, for the breakout room. So as the instruction in the chat box, please kindly change your name. Yeah. Example like SIIT, yeah, for CDIU, or SIT, CDIU, or Vives, CDIU, yeah, like the instruction in the chat box. Please kindly change your name so we can easily to put you in the breakout room. Okay, Kelly, you may start to prepare breakout. Then please, when you see the notification, please kindly click, just accept it, and then you will enter the room automatically. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Kopun krab. Then, okay, again, everyone, if you still didn't share your name, we will put you in the assignment room. So please kindly change your name so we can easily to put you, to assign you in which room that you like to start. Yeah, okay. So who's here? Nathanael, please. Apip ya, R Apip, Nathanael, Torik, Himatul, Gevarel, please can you change your name, display name, so we can easily to assign you in which room do you like to. Okay. Apip, Torik, please kindly display your name. Which university do you like?
From ITS, Pak.
Kenapa, Pak?
From ITS.
Oh iya, Bapak mau join di room mana? Yang SIIT, Vives, atau SIT?
Yang elektrik yang mana ya, Pak ya?
Elektrik itu adanya di SIIT dan SIT Jepang, Pak.
Nah, boleh.
Kalau mau yang 100% tadi, bedanya kalau di Thailand itu 100% sudah pasti bahasa Inggris, Pak.
Oke.
Di Thailand dulu ya, Pak.
Aja,
Nanti
Pak.
saya coba. Ya. Nanti Bapak boleh ke ini yang di apa? Kalau misalnya ini boleh pindah room, nanti boleh ngomong ke panitianya, nanti saya bantu.
Oke.
Saya assign di SIT nggih.
Ya, makasih.
Nggih, sampun Pak, silakan klik.
Ya.
Himatul Korea. If not, I will assign you, just assign you in anybody.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wayu, for the brief explanation there. Now, we are going to move on to our last agenda. So, to appreciate our representatives from each partner university today, okay, committee, please kindly show the certificate. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, today we have university partners. We have SIIT-Thammasat University as our contributor today. And then, next slide. We also have Vives University of Life Sciences from Belgium. And then the last but not least, we have Shibaura Institute of Technology, Japan. Okay. You have shared a lot of opportunities which motivates us to do more and more for internationalizations and achieve for the global standards. We thank you so much. Now we already finished with all of our agenda today. I also want to thank all participants for your enthusiasm today. And for the improvement of our next event, please fill in the feedback form, and the link has been shared by our committee in the chat room. Please note that filling the feedback form is a requirement to get stamp for it, and the link will be closed 1 hour after being shared. So please make sure to fill in the feedback form.
Also, please kindly note, everyone, for the student who claim the stamp for it is including in the LN point, yeah, international exposure point. As you mentioned before, that this is a requirement for you to claim every semester about international exposure point. Yeah, so please don't forget to fill the feedback so you may claim later. Yeah, don't forget, I'm the one who verificator yourself, so don't worry. Yeah, international exposure point.
Okay, so thank you, Mas Roy, for this explanation. Please note again that LSA is an international exposure stamp for it. So you can claim international exposure stamp for it by filling in the attendance form and the feedback form. Okay, thank you very, very much for today. It was a very informative event that gave insights to all of us, and I hope to see all of you in our next event. I am apologizing for any kind of mistakes that we have made during the session. We hope after this you'll be much more motivated to participate in internationalization events. And I'm Sakar as your master of ceremony signing off.
Before we close, maybe we can like a picture.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so participant, please turn on your camera, and we're going to have a picture session. The committee will screenshot your video. Okay, so
Kelly,
the committee is ready.
Yeah, Kelly and Asha. Okay.
Okay, if you're ready, I will start counting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, and then for the next page, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, thank you so much. Now, okay, so now we are done for the photo session. Thank you so much again, and I'm Sekar as your master of ceremony signing off. Thank you all. See you again in other event in other LSA.
You may see the recording as well in our YouTube channel, so you may.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. And in the previous session, we already got some new insights, such as the opportunities to join the program at SIIT-Thammasat Thailand, and also about the daily life and also the cultural events that are provided for international students and other general informations. And so for the next 20 minutes, you may ask more detailed questions related to either the university or about the programs. So please do not hesitate to ask the question using the raise hand feature, or send it through the chat box using the format that has been given by the committee earlier. And okay, while we are waiting for the participants preparing for the questions, is there already someone who wants to ask the question? Anyone? Okay, so maybe I will read some questions that are already submitted by the participants when they apply for this event. Okay, so
has anyone here been in Thailand before?
yeah, has anyone here been in Thailand before? For me, myself, I haven't been to Thailand, but I watch several dramas and movies from Thailand, so it's actually really interesting for me to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, yeah, this is Sakar. I haven't, but she really wants to go to Thailand. Okay.
Yes, in the previous years, before COVID, we received a group of ITS students almost every year during the past few years, because they have like a group of visiting, and we provide the activity like sightseeing and joining class in SIIT, and we enjoy a lot with a group of the ITS and staff from ITS as well. We provide many activities together. So I think that maybe when the situation of the pandemic is getting better, we might have chance to welcome a group of staff and students from ITS again. You guys provide lots of activity to join with our students as well in the previous years.
Yeah. So this is actually interesting because in the previous presentation, I heard that SIIT doesn't provide an online class for now. So does it mean that all the lecture is offline right now in SIIT?
Actually, we can say that at the moment our lecture is in online, but the reason that we did not say that we accept online classes because we don't know the future situation. So that means we normally at the moment we receive lots of nomination application from the student from our partner university, but we require them as the on-site student first. So that means they need to come to Thailand, because in the future, if the situation getting in the normal situation, class will be on site, but we don't know. In case if the situation is not getting better, it could be online or hybrid sometime. Hybrid means they can do both, something like this. So that's why we cannot guarantee at the moment whether we can offer 100% online classes or not. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So it means that for now, SIIT also do the online class, but
yes,
not
since last year, since the beginning of last year when the COVID has raised last year.
I see. Okay, and also in the previous presentation, I heard that for the exchange program, like the full semester programs, SIIT doesn't provide the scholarship, but we as an exchange student doesn't have to pay the tuition for SIIT. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, so we just have to come to SIIT and responsible for like the accommodation. Oh. Okay, so it's
they
really
just respond for the living courses and travel courses. That's it. Because due to our collaboration agreement, tuition fee will be exempt for the student from ITS.
Okay, so yeah, it's because of the agreement between ITS and SIIT. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I am really interested in to be an exchange student in SIIT, but because of my department, it's not on the list because I am engineering physics department and it's not on the list.
Which program you are studying?
Engineering physics.
Engineering physics.
Yeah. I don't think there are any courses that related to engineering physics.
I think it could be in case if you are interested to study in like a how to say in the undergrad program, because we have the first year classes for the first year student. We have the School of Common and Graduate Study. This this department take care of the first year student, and they provide kind of basic courses like mathematics, physics, or something like this. Otherwise, in case if you want to join some classes like Thai study class or some general engineering class or even English classes, it could be.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I will looking forward to that.
Yeah, you might check from our website, because from my experience, we used to have students from Japan or from some country who doesn't have the like engineering field, but they are from like business or from science, for example, but they just look for basic courses that they can enroll for some few courses because they want to get experience in Thailand.
Yeah,
So they just search for the basic classes.
Okay, so now I know that it can be done that way. Okay, so here we have questions already from Sakar. She wants to ask about the accommodation, about the dormitory. Do SIIT arrange the dormitory for us, or do we need to arrange it ourselves after we come to Thailand? And you previously said that SIIT is a part of Thammasat University. If I come to SIIT, can I take some courses in Thammasat University?
Okay, maybe Shantisha can help to explain about dormitory.
Yeah, about the dormitory, our office will help exchange students to get a room. I mean, we will give you guys the list of available dormitory, and then you can select the dormitory that you want to stay, and we will help to reserve a room for you. So it means that our office will help the exchange students to get a room. Yeah.
Okay.
And regarding the course, yeah. For the exchange student at SIIT, they are required to take courses only at SIIT. They cannot take courses from other faculties at Thammasat University. However, I just dropped the link that all of you can find these courses that SIIT we offer to exchange students. Yeah, I think this is quite useful. Maybe you can see the list of course, and if you want to take that course, you maybe come and apply as the exchange students at SIIT.
They can find also in our website, Miss Chontica. We already always uploading. Yeah, you can go to the SIIP, the system for the find study abroad opportunities. Just click SIIT and click for the exchange one. You can find the latest one. I guess for the upcoming semester, I always upload. Yeah, I always updating what I get from Miss Chontica email about the exchange student. Thank you. Sorry to add.
Thank you very much for your perfect arrangement.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information also. And also we have someone who raised his hand. Mr. Daniel, you may go and ask. Yeah.
Thank you, Denti. I would like to ask about SIITs. Does Thailand will open their border so the offline class will be started soon, or is it still closed and the learning method still in online, or is it still or in the future SIIT will open a mixed learning like hybrid, so half online half offline? So I wonder if in the next year or in the next semester the exchange student can go directly to SIIT. And second one, I would like to ask too about halal food in near SIIT. Is it available near SIIT? So maybe if we want to eat, we can eat. Most Indonesian can eat there. And I would like to ask about the living cost, like the food price in Thailand. Maybe I miss it in the main room. Is it considerably expensive? Or maybe SIIT is not located in the capital of Thailand, so I still doesn't have a big picture about how much is the living cost in Thailand. Thank you. In SIIT, I mean.
Okay, maybe I can answer the first question about online classes. Actually, as I mentioned that even now we still don't know. It depends on the situation. We aim to have like online classes for the student, but we still require the exchange student to be here in Thailand. So that's why at the moment we receive many applications from the student who insist to come to Thailand, even though the next semester classes might be conducted online or could be hybrid or even on-site sometime. It depends on the situation. From our experience from the last year until now, our classes, for example, in this semester, some classes conduct 100% online, but some classes, for example, laboratory could be on-site sometimes. So it could be hybrid. So it depends on the situation, but exchange students prefer to come to Thailand first because sometime if the situation is getting better, they might be required to come to SIT to come to the class. And for the halal food, I think that we can find a bit easy at the moment because I don't know, maybe why you also have experience that in around Thammasat University, there are many canteen, which is a walkable distance from SIT building to some other faculty, which they also have their own canteen and also the central canteen, which halal food shop also available. About the living cost, maybe Chondisha can help me to add the details of the living cost, which he already presented in the main presentation earlier. Maybe Chondisha can help.
All right, so please let me share the screen. So please let me share. All right, sorry. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, yes.
Sorry. So here is the living expense. For the dormitory, it's around 170 to 400 US dollar. It depends on the option that you select. For meals, it's around 160 US dollar per month. But this rate is in the case that you eat on the campus or around the campus, not in Bangkok or in a luxury restaurant, all right? Because normally food on the campus, it costs only $1 per dish. So it's quite cheap. And for example, there is a canteen not so far from SIT. I always have lunch there, and it takes only 5 minutes walking from SIT to the canteen. And there are around 2 halal foods shop that available at the canteen. And I also love to eat halal food there too. And it costs only like 30 baht or $1 per dish. So you don't have to worry about meats. And I just asked the Indonesian students who study at SIT, they said, yeah, they normally, Indonesian students, they love to eat at the canteen and sometimes 7-Eleven, and sometimes they cook by themselves. Yeah, that's it. Do you have any other questions about the living expense?
Yeah, also to add, P. Chonticha and P. Pechalika, yeah, you may also can find the content in the AIT, yeah, Asian Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
So many options for, because they have like the site, this one for the halal one and this one for the non-halal one. Yeah, but to be honest, yeah, whenever I go to the SIT, it's so easy for everything. Yeah, always happy whenever there, because even on that time I live in the outside campus. Yeah, it's easy to get everything, and they know you. If like you just tell that they're Muslim or not, they can show you. Oh yeah, even they cannot speak English, they try to using the sign language that this is not halal, this is not for a Muslim. It's easy. Yeah, for around Rangsit and also from around Bangka Dari campus. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for the answer and also for the question. Mr. Daniel. So it means that we don't have to be worried about our everyday life in SIIT. Okay. So here we have other question from Agatha. In attending some courses in Thailand, do we have to be fluent in Thailand native language or is it fully in English? Because we know that SIIT is an international institution. So yeah.
Well, as I mentioned that even though we are international program, all courses here are conducted in English. So that means when you attend classes in SIT, you will study in English. But since the area nearby is like the local area where normally people speak Thai. So of course, when you are here for at least one semester, you will be able to speak basic Thai language, but you don't need to be fluent in Thai because people especially students can speak Thai, but it's better if you have like a basic Thai language in order to talk with the local people. For example, when you go to some food shop or in the local area around Thailand during your traveling inside Thailand. So it's better. But I believe that if you are here for example, one semester, you will be able to speak some basic Thai language.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Pichalika. So I hope that answer Agatha's question.
Yeah.
And then we move to the next question, which is from Angie. What are the requirements to get the scholarship, and is there any rules or regulation for the awardee?
Does that mean scholarship for the student exchange program, right?
Yes, maybe for the internship program or other.
Okay. Okay. For the internship program, I think that Shondisha already present a little bit about our short-term internship program, right? Okay, maybe Shondisha can give some details to students.
So this internship program, we offer only 10 scholarships per year. So it means that we will wait to get the nomination from our partner university to nominate students to apply for the scholarship. And then SIIT will select 10 students who can get the scholarship and do the internship at SIIT. So the regulations, rules and regulations, it depends on the consideration of each program. Because at SIIT, we have 9 international programs. So each students who apply for the internship program, their application will be forwarded to each program to consider. It may, I'm not sure, each program may consider from their GPA or from the courses that they have been taken or the research area that they would like to conduct when they join the internship program at SIIT. So normally, we got some ITS students in previous years. We have the short-term internship program started in 2014. And each year, at least one ITS student got scholarship to join the program. And however, some students who really want to join the internship program, but they didn't get the scholarship, they can also join the internship program if they are accepted by the professor. Yeah, I hope this information answered the question.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Chandra, for the explanation. And so we have other questions, but because of the time limits, I think this is gonna be the last question. Okay, from Sekar again. She have already looked at the spreadsheet sent by Ms. Chandra, and I see that there are self-study hours, and she wants to ask, do the lecturer arrange the self-study schedule for them, for us, and do we need to submit any kind of reports for our self-study? And I'm sorry she's sorry if she missed it. How many is the minimum credits do we need to take for like an student exchange program in SIIT?
All right, thank you. So let me explain about the credit about SIIT first. one course contains at least 2 credits or 3 credits. It depends on each course. And the exchange students are required to take courses at SIIT, at least 3 courses. So finally, if each course consists of 3 credits, it means that they have to register 9 credits, but they can register more than 9 credits. And regarding the self-study hours, the teacher will not need any report. You don't have to report how many hours or what did you study for self-study, but what we require is the class attendance. So at SIIT, all students, including exchange students, we require to attend class for at least 70% of all classes. So if they cannot attend at least 70% of classes, they may not be able to take the final examination. So,
yeah. Okay, thank you, Ms. Chanticha. And I believe that also have already answered Sakar's question, because it's really clear explanation. And as I mentioned before, due to the time limits, this will be the end of our breakout room session. And thank you for the enthusiasm. And once again, thank you very much to our speaker for the insightful explanation and presentation earlier. And last but not least, Ms. Chantichaya and Ms. Pichalika, do you have something to add as a closing statement?
Okay, well, thank you, Denti and all ITS colleagues, and also thank you to the student, especially for those who are interested to SIIT. Maybe today you can get some idea about our institution. SIIT is a kind of like the leading international institute in the area of engineering in Thailand, we can say that. So at the moment, if you have some further question or want to know more about SIIT, feel free to send an email to us, to ask us anytime. You can ask for an email from the organizer. We are willing to answer all the questions that students have. And we are looking forward to welcoming our students from ITS to visit us as the exchange student or the internship student in the near future. And also, I wish that you, your colleagues, and your family will be safe and in a good health, especially during this pandemic situation. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you. Okay, maybe Chanticha can have something.
Yeah, I also would like to thank you everyone for joining the group here. And of course, if you have questions, please send me an email. And we hope to see maybe some of you at SIIT soon, maybe in the exchange program or in the internship program. Or if you are interested in the master or PhD program, you can come to SIIT because there are a lot of ITS students, your senior who graduate. Who already graduate from ITS, and now they further their master degree in PhD at SIIT, and they got full scholarship from SIIT too. So thank you very much, and hope to see you in the future.
Okay, thank you for the closing statement. And this is maybe all from me as a moderator for the session. So please return to the main room to continue the next agenda. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, is everyone here? Okay, so while waiting for the other student, yeah, I guess, so wait, Dr. Johan is here. Let me check. Oh, not yet. Okay. Okay, we're waiting for the Vives. Okay, it's okay. So Miss Pechalika and also Miss Kayamas, first of all, thank you so much. Yeah, and also we're waiting for the Vives. I would like to mention about Indonesian International Student Mobility Award. Yeah, so as per we will launching actually starting from this year, but I heard from this program from our ministry. So this program is allow the partner to host Indonesia students, yeah, for exchange physically, and all the payment, including the quarantine of 14 days, will be paid by our government, our ministry. So for this file, the next file is already closed. Yeah. However, if later they will open, I will send it to you the information. So you may submit the proposal. Yeah, you can suggest like some courses that they can Indonesian student can.
Okay, I think all the participants already in the breakout room. All right, I will start the session. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and also good morning as well. I believe it is morning in Belgium now, Dr.
Yes, that's
Johan.
right. Yes.
Okay, hello, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Indri. I am the volunteer of Vives Global Engagement, and I will be your moderator in this session. Okay, before we start, I would like to remind you again about Dr. Johan Kotten. He is the head of international office from Vives University of Applied Sciences, Belgium. Okay, thank you, Dr. Johan Kotten. We are grateful to you for willing to share about Vives University of Applied Sciences, Belgium through this Let's Study Abroad session. Okay, in the previous session, you guys already got insights about Vives University of Applied Sciences and also about Belgium as well, and the opportunities to join program in Vives University of Applied Sciences. So thank you for the presentation, Dr. Johan. It was very informative and interesting. Okay, so for the next 20 minutes, you can ask more detailed questions related to the Vives University of Applied Sciences, and you can consult with Dr. Johan here as the representative of the university. Okay, do not hesitate to tell about anything you think still unclear. And also perhaps you need more detailed explanation related to the previous presentation. You can just use the raise hand feature, or you can type your question on the chat box using format name _NRP _question, or as you can see the example sent by our committee in the chat box. Okay, do you have any question? Do not hesitate to ask and consult with Dr. Johan here. Okay, maybe while waiting for the participant to ask and still preparing their question, I would like to ask the question from the registration form. Maybe some of the participants curious about relating to the short program on Vives. Could you tell us about some of the short programs that ITS students can join with the Vives University of Applied Sciences, Dr. Johan?
Well, actually, the point is that for short programs at the moment, the only possibility is that you do a short program once you are as an exchange student in Vives. So it means that during your stay in one semester, there are some short programs organized with other universities. So it's a part of this total study program during one semester. In the future, we're going to work about other possibilities. And of course, we know that ITS will be a partner in that. So we are looking at possibilities for the future. But at this time, we do not offer short programs specifically during a normal academic year. But this is one of the plans for the future.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. For other participants, do you have any other question? Okay, there's someone raised their hand. For Adidoyo Prakoso, you may introduce yourself and then deliver your question.
Yes, thank you. But before, is it are my sound is hearable yet? Is
Yes,
it
it is
clear?
clear.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
it's
okay.
clear.
Thank you for for the committee, and good morning, sir. My name is Aditya Prakoso, and I'm from the Chemical Engineering Department. Sir, I want to know, is it possible that we apply to the lab internship, but we are from a different major? For example, if I want to know more about the microbiology or the mechanical, but I'm from the chemical engineer, or should I discuss it with the ITS Global Engagement and my department, or do you have any advice or any advice for it, sir? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Actually, you think about the possibility for doing something in chemistry, that's right? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Well, we do have a department which is on biotechnology. And of course, they do have a lot of labs. And actually, the main exchange program in this faculty is that students are coming to do lab investigation and actually internships or practices in companies. So this is one of the possibilities. And of course, if you would be interested in that, I can connect you directly then with my colleague who is in charge of that department. Yes.
So it is very possible, sir.
Yes, it is possible. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
It's not, I only presented actually main English study programs at the moment, but specifically in the other departments, there is that possibility.
Excuse me, sir. Okay, I think we lost Dr. Johan for a moment. Okay, we will wait
You can
until.
understand me?
Okay, excuse me, sir. We lost you for a moment.
Yes. Well, I just was mentioning that if students would like to come to other faculties instead of engineering or business, that this is one of the possibilities that we offer as well. So then it's a question of just looking at the specific request and then, yes, yes, it's possible. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Johan, for the answer, and thank you for Adidoyo. I hope that answer your question. Okay, I would like to move on to the next question that already there in the chat box from Angela. She asked about the learning system for the international students using the local language or just English. For Dr. Johan, you may answer.
It would be almost impossible in the local language. So all the courses that we offer for the incoming students are, of course, in English. And it's, as I mentioned in the presentation, really not a problem if you are traveling in the city or going around, everyone speaks fluent English. That's really not a problem. But all the courses and, of course, internships are in English.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. So for you guys, you don't have to worry for apply the exchange. You just have to get the English proficiency, and then you can join the exchange in Vives University of Applied Sciences. Okay, for the next question, for the participants, do you have any other question? Okay. I think I would like to move on to the next question already submitted in the registration form. Related to the quota, do you know how much is the admission quota for the exchange students that at Vives University of Applied Sciences, Dr. Johan?
Actually, for the quota, this is something that we can discuss with ITS. But in general, what we have is that we allow to 4 students annually in the exchange program. Of course, this can be discussed. So we didn't define it till now, but this is something that we can discuss. Of course, we are open if more students would be interested, actually, to come over. The point is two things I would like to mention is the point that we do not offer the scholarship Apart from that, there will be some scholarships in a specific program called within Erasmus Plus. But this is something that we discussed also with Dr. Maria. And then another thing is that actually, well, people should consider the living cost and of course, this reality can maybe sometimes a bit a difficulty for students to come to Europe. Huh? Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. I'd like to continue the question related to the living in Vives University. For this Corona situation, is there any regulation related if we want to exchange to the Belgium for the Vives? We go to the Vives University. Is that we have to do a quarantine or related regulation about that, Dr. Johan?
Yes, I didn't mention that in the presentation because everything changes.
Doctor? Excuse me, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We lost you again for a
Yes.
moment, Doctor. We cannot hear your. Okay, now it's clear now. Hello. Okay, I think we have Dr. Johan has some problem with his internet connection.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, it's clear now, Doctor.
Okay. I was mentioning that the situation is changing so rapidly in Europe in general and specifically also in Belgium that the requirements are changing also. So if a student would come right now, it's the same like in other places with a quarantine for a period of 2 weeks. But how the situation will be, let's say in September or in February, that's difficult to say. So it is important to get in touch specifically with us to ask what the requirements are at that moment. Like we changed, to give an example, we changed this week that the students coming from India are not allowed to come over right now due to the pandemic situation in India, but for Indonesia it would be possible, but you never know what the situation will be in September or in February. Yeah?
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. I would like to ask some other question. It is also very common in ITS students if they want to go exchange to the other country. It is related to the when we arrived in the airport. Is the university they providing some accommodation from the airport to the like the dormitory, for example,
Yes.
Doctor?
Mm-hmm. We do have a system of buddies. It means that students pick up normally the students coming from abroad, but this is what we do specifically for European students. For non-European students, it's someone of the international staff who's picking up the student at the airport to bring them to the accommodation. And next to that, of course, we have a welcome week with a lot of cultural activities, and we make them know the cities where they stay and provide all necessary information about the doctors and shops and the laundry and all that kind of very practical things.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Johan. For other participants, do you have any other questions? Oh, there's also a question in the chat box, but it is, I think it is not related in Vives University. Alia asked about the master program, but as we know from the previous presentation, Dr. Johan said that in Vives University of Applied Sciences, it is only for the undergraduate programs. Is it right, Dr. Johan?
Yes, that is right.
Okay.
What happens is that quite often then when students are in Belgium for an undergrad program, that they stay, and then of course they are going to the universities like KU Leuven, which I mentioned in my presentation. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I think that information could answer the question from Alia. I also the other question is if it's the case when the students they do the associate like a diploma in Indonesia, and then they want to get the bachelor degrees in Vives University. Is that they have is there any requirements for the minimum of working hours as an applicant if you want to apply for the bachelor in Vives?
Well, if you would like to apply actually for the double degree, this is something I have a meeting within some minutes actually with my colleagues just to finalize the agreement with ITS. Then the point is that the students from ITS will come in the third year and they will attend the whole year in Vives. Now, if they come to Vives, then you have to see that more or less every week students have about 22 to 24 course hours, and that next to that they have to prepare all kinds of individual and group assignments. So this is how it works. So let's say that in general they work 23 weeks. So one academic year it's 23 weeks, and then next to that you have the exam weeks, and that during that period, of course, they have weekly about 22 to 24 hours of class meetings. Yes, actually, this is the overview that I'm showing right now on the double degree with my colleagues this morning. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. For other participants, do you have any other question to Dr. Johan? Okay, I just want to make it clear related to the from the previous question about the buddy system. So if we become the exchange student in Vives University, so how's the buddy system in Vives? We're gonna get the Vives students will accompany us as the exchange students.
Yes. And of course, that is not only in the beginning when students arrive, but it's during the whole period of being in the Vives that you have your buddy who is taking care for you and actually guiding you in whatever question you have. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Doctor. So if you guys want to go exchange to Vives University, you don't have to worry if you guys feel like the culture shock or something. You will get buddies to take care of you also in Vives University there. Okay, for the next question, this is actually my personal question, Doctor, related to the language, the local language courses that we can get, and then that you mentioned before, is that we have to pay any some additional fee for that, or it's all free, Doctor?
That's a very good question. For all exchange students, we offer all the language courses for free. So if you would like to pick up some Dutch, or if you are interested in doing Spanish once you are there, we offer all possibilities to do evening lessons in different languages. And it's the university who pays for all exchange students. So you can pick up as much as you would like, but of course you have to see that you can combine it with the rest of the courses.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. for the answer. It is very interesting because we can learn. We're not only learn about the academic, we can also learn about the local language, and the courses is completely free. So for you guys who is interested with that, you can apply it for the exchange in Vives University of Applied Science. Okay, there's also a question, Doctor, in the chat box from Raiza. He asked about should we have an English proficiency score like TOEFL or etc. when applying to the Vives, and maybe could we use the EFL score from ITS?
The EFSL score from ITS is more than enough for an exchange program. If you would like to come for the double degree, then we need official certificates actually. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer. I hope for Reza, I hope that answer your question. Okay, for other participants, okay, I see Amanda raise her hands. For Amanda, you may introduce yourself and then deliver your question.
Okay, my name is Amanda Sharon, and currently I'm majoring biomedical engineering at ITS. I want to ask to Dr. Johan, is there any major that related to biomedical engineering that I can take at Vives University?
Can I ask you, are you an undergrad student at the moment?
Beg pardon?
Are you a master or an undergrad student? Yes, okay. Well, we do have a department in healthcare, and there are some possibilities also for specific programs. What I suggest, if you look at our website, I just mentioned in the general chat also the link, there you can find more information also on the programs that we offer in healthcare and also in biomedical topics. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan, and also thank you for Amanda for the question. I hope that answer your question. For the other participant from another department, you may also check the link that's sent by Dr. Johan on the chat box for search the further information related the courses that you can take related to your major and department. Okay, do you, for the participants, do you have any other question? All right. Okay. There's also a question, Dr. Johan. Maybe most of the participants also curious about if we take the exchange on at Vives University. We know that Vives has several campuses. Is that we choose the campus, or it's just when we take the courses and then the Vives just tell us what campus we will attend?
The point is that depending on your minor or your background or the specific studies that you would like to pick up, we will guide you to a specific campus. Probably it will be either Bruges or Kortrijk to stay, because those are the biggest campuses with the nicest possibilities to stay. If you would do something like, let's say, bioengineering, then you probably will stay in Kortrijk, but you can go day by day to the courses in the Roeselare, which is only 20 kilometers from Kortrijk, and then you can take the train. In that case, we provide you with the tickets so that you can use the train for free. So, but let's say that in general, probably it will be either Kortrijk or Bruges. If it would be specific like aeronautics or something like that, then it would be probably Ostend near the coast. But then the same case, students will stay in Bruges and go by train to Ostend every day.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. John. It is also interesting points that we will get the train tickets from the Vives University. They provided us for the transportation, and so you guys don't have to worry about transportation. For another question, Doctor, is that we have to pay for the additional fee for the materials things for help us study exchange in Vives University? Do you have to pay any other additional fee related about that?
That's also a very good question. The point is that all course material is provided for free for exchange students. The only thing that might maybe interfere is, imagine that students participate in an intensive program, and if they have to travel to another place, then of course in that case the extra cost, but this is in general not that expensive, and we can look also for other possibilities to support the students if that is one of the problems, I mean the financial one.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. It is very clear, and I hope the participants also get the point that we don't have to worry related to the fee for the material support when we are exchanged in Vives University of Applied Sciences. Okay, for other participants, do you have any question? You can just use the raise hand feature, or you can type your question on the chat box. Okay, maybe perhaps I would like to ask another question, Doctor. It is related to the some kind of small program like except the language courses. Do you have some really some like extracurricular activities when we do the exchange in Vives University? Is that we can join some students club or something, Doctor?
Of course. So there is a student service who is
Excuse me, I think we cannot hear you, Doctor.
seems that the distance between Belgium and Indonesia is a problem at the moment. Can you hear me again?
Oh, I think we lost you again, Doctor.
Okay, yes,
For a
no
moment.
problem. Well, there is a specific service which is called Student Service, who is supporting the students in the field of cultural activities, sport activities, also psychological support or social support. And it means that all kinds of student clubs are supported by that service, and that whatever activity students can get some financial support, or they organize some activities. So that's really one of the highlights also for the students in Vives University. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Doctor. For other participants, do you have any other question? Or whether I would like to ask again another question from the registration form. It is related if we exchange to Vives University of Applied Sciences, is that possible if we take because there's no like a limited scholarship that we can get in Vives University. Is that possible if we can take some part-time job to help us for fulfill the fee that for the living cost? Is that possible to do that, Doctor?
To be honest, this is a bit difficult, and I will explain why. Because the regulations are like that, that if you are a non-European student, so it's even a rather difficult thing for European students to find a student job in Belgium. But for non-European students, actually, this is not allowed. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you so much for the answer, Dr. Johan. For other participants, do you have any question to Dr. Johan? All right. I think because of the time limited that we have, unfortunately, because there's no other question, okay, for other students, do you have any question? You can, I think, okay, if there's no other question, I will close this session. Well, because the time limitation that we have, the session, I will end this session. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the participants for your enthusiasm, and also thank you very much to Dr. Johan Katun for your answer. And Last but not least, from Dr. Johan, do you have something to add for the closing statement?
Well, I would like to thank you for organizing this very nice session, and I was very happy to be here this afternoon with you, and that I had the opportunity to.
Okay, I think you're freezing again, Doctor. Hello, excuse me. We
Yes,
lost you
hello.
again. You're freezing for a moment, Doctor. We
Yes.
cannot hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you. No more.
Hello, Doctor? All right. I think we lost Dr. Johan. We will wait until he's come back.
Hello.
We cannot hear you. Okay, it's clear now, Doctor.
Yes, okay. I just said that there is no problem if afterwards students would like to send me a mail with more specific questions. I always am able to help them. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. So for all the participants, if you have other questions or any specific question, you can just contact Dr. Johan Kotin, as the contact already displayed from the previous presentation. I hope you guys, okay, Dr. Johan already sent the contact also in the chat as well. You may take a note for that. So if you have any other question, you can just ask Dr. Johan through email. Okay, dear participants, that is all from me as the moderator in this session. I'm apologizing for any mistake that I made during this session, and I hope that all of your curiosity has been answered. And for all the participants, you may return to the main room for continue the next agenda. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Indri.
Dr.
Excellent
Johan.
job you've done. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Ada di klik close room. So everyone will okay.
Yes, we have since them go back here.
Okay.
Most expensive city in the world, but actually you can find lots of cheap but good food on so you can get by with cheap but good food. So maybe just accommodation part would be the biggest part that's taking the living expenses. So if you can manage to reduce that cost of accommodation, you can probably reduce the living cost a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Am I answering okay?
Yes, I think that's all right. I guess you need to focus more on the accommodation and food, I guess. Okay. Before we go to the participant who raised their hands, I will go to the second question in the registration form. Okay. So it's also quite specific. It's about IC cards as payment method in Japan. So Ms. Kageyama, I know that there are many types of IC cards. Some of the popular ones are Suica and Pasmo. It is also very convenient for traveling using trains. We can make Peikiken or commuter pass in those IC cards. But as far as I know, Suica cannot be used for private railway companies, only the GR operated trains. My question is, do other IC cards such like Pasmo can be used to make Peikiken for GR railway combined with private railway companies? And do you want to share other pro contrast in those two cards? Maybe you may answer the question.
Okay, well, thank you for the question. I think this question is very, very professional who has been to Japan, right?
I'm sorry for my student, but I guess they just want to prepare. Yeah, Ms. Kageyama.
Okay. Well, actually, as for IC card, like nowadays, we're like Japanese government encourage all the Japanese people to use more to make the shopping cashless shopping. So before IC card, like a commuter card, like a Suica or Passmo, those train card were used only for the commuter pass or things like that. But I noticed that the many stores, like convenience stores, accept the IC card of Suica or Passmo to make the payment. So, and then also the variety of IC card is a lot. Like I don't use that many, but there are some IC, not only IC card, but like each convenience store, some has their own special IC card. But those can be used with other stores as well. So it depends on which. It's your which depends on which one you want to use. But yeah, like I think like the student said that the transportation commuter pass, like train IC card, can be more limited than the other cards than to be for shopping. But nowadays it's where you can use is expanding more than before.
Okay, so thank you for the answer, Ms. Kageyama. I think that answered the question. Okay, I will go to the participants who raised their hand.
So many people, yeah, raise their hand. Yeah.
Okay, so I go with Ihwan first. You may ask your question.
Okay, thank you for the time. At first, maybe I can let me introduce myself. My name is Ihwan, and what I want to ask is, in the session before, you always mentioned about the scholarship that we can take when we join the exchange program to SIT. And but I don't know what is the scholarship and what can be prepared to so we can get the scholarship. Thank you.
The scholarship that I talked about during the presentation is about the scholarship for the exchange programs participants. Then those are 40,000. I think again it's 40,000 Japanese yen per month during your time in Japan for the program, and when you the screening will be made based on the application documents that you submit during the online applications. No other documents are those documents of course include a transcript of records and your personal information and all that, but we don't really ask we don't disclose the method of how we make the screening, because those depends on like how many students we receive, how many applications that we receive, and then what kind of where they're from and all that. So, but you don't have to prepare anything. You just submit all the required documents for the application of the programs. Then we make the screening. So
yeah, maybe I would like to add, Ms. Kageyama. Is it okay? Yeah, so that's right. That's why we in global engagement never mention about any scholarship in the website when we are promoting the SIT student exchange, sandwich exchange program, because I understand as my Ms. Kageyama explanation that there is no guarantee. For example, like e-test, it pass we get. No, there's no guarantee. The screening, so you need to be prepared for the worst case, yeah, and also the one who decided, if I'm not mistaken, is from the academic, right? The academic section, not from the global initiative. So they have their own. So what can I suggest? If you like to get the scholarship, please make sure that you prepare your application well from the simple things. Like make sure the scan is not blur, and also your GPA. Maybe you try to maintain the GPA from now. Try to get the submit English, and when you do the motivation letter and everything, try to your best to really relate it and prove them that you are really interested in SIT. Yeah. especially with royalty department. Yeah, I also need, yeah, so I guess so many questions, so I can leave the breakout room. So Nur Aziza, yeah, is actually the upcoming our moderator today is the upcoming student, Miss Kageyama. Yeah, he already input their online application in the system as well, so she will assist you. So I will go to look other room. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Wafi, for the follow-up.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Okay.
Gena.
Yeah. Like Mr. Wafu said, there's no guarantee for the for the scholarship. So what we usually tell students is that and then also 40,000 Japanese yen is not enough to cover whole entire living for the month anyway. So, but still it helps a lot. But since there's no guarantee, we usually require ask the students, applicant students, to not to include that money in your budget plan. Like it's better to have a budget, like really good budget plan, without having that scholarship. Don't count on that scholarship because you don't know if you can receive that scholarship or not. So I think information from Mr. Wafu is really right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Kageyama. Okay, so for the next participant, I would like to invite Anggara. You may ask your question.
Hello, is my voice clear enough?
Yes, clear enough.
Okay, my name is Anggara Nugrasani Putra. I'm from civil engineering. I would like to ask a quite simple question. I have applied for the fall semester program for the sandwich exchange. And I was wondering if after I have taken part in the fall semester program, am I allowed to extend my stay there and take the spring program as well? Thank you.
Okay, so you only apply. You applied only for the fall semester, just one semester.
Yes, from September till February.
January. Oh yeah. At the end of January. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, actually, yes, you can. You can extend your program if you want to. Continue to the spring semester, you can do that. So as long as you get the permission from your home university, from ITS, let the ITS know that you want to extend the program, and then also you need to meet the requirement of the program as well. Means that you are not graduating from ITS before your program ends. So as long as you are the SIT students during the whole time of your participating in the program, it's okay. But if you, for example, if you're graduating in March or something next year, but still want to continue as an exchange student, that doesn't work. Am I okay? Okay.
So am I required to refill in the what do you call it, the application?
No, you don't have to go through the application procedure again. You just when you decide to extend your program to when you decide to continue your program to the fall to the spring semester, just inform us, and then at the same time you can ask the ITS university, Mr. Wafi, I think, that to get a permission that you're to get a permission, because I don't know much about your local rule, but sometimes each university has their own rules for the exchange programs. So even you want to, and even we said, okay, your university may not agree with that. So we want to make sure that your university knows your plan and agree with your plan. So as long as you have that, you can extend that program. Then we will change our system. Like we change our system of your information to change your information on our system. Okay.
Thank you very much for the answer.
Okay, so I hope that answers Anggara's question, and I will invite the next participant, Nathanael. You may ask your question.
Yes, thank you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nathanael Dilan Monasida. My question is, for the non-degree program, do we also get the 40,000 yen accommodation? And for the semester exchange program, how much do you think we need for daily necessities? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can you make it clear? Can you make the question a little clearer? You want to know the cost of living?
Yeah, the cost of living and for the dorm price and probably for well, if we don't get the dorm, we'll probably get the like housing like that.
Well, it really depends on the area of you live and then also the building up accommodation itself. Like if you try to get a room in a really newly built apartment, that it can be more expensive. Or if the accommodation is closer to the to the station, can be more expensive. So it really depends on which area and different conditions makes the price. So it's difficult to say exactly how much you can pay for the accommodation. But I know some students manages to find a cheaper accommodations like apartment by themselves. But if you live in apartment, it's usually not furnished, so living in a share house or the guest house would be the best, be the good startup, because it's usually furnished so that you don't have to purchase the necessary things. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I think living in of course, if you can get a room in a dormitory, that would be good. That would be nice. But that's our dormitory is located in the Omiya campus. So if you're taking courses at the Omiya campus, that would be more convenient. That would be more convenient. But if you are if you main campus is not Toyo's campus, not Omiya campus. You have to commute or you have to travel to the other campus every day, so you can and then which costs a lot too, so which costs transportation fee every day, so you can kind of consider that kind of things.
Okay.
Can I use one more?
Yeah.
So the application for a semester exchange is about how much is it? 3,000, 30,000. Wait, how much? What I'm trying to say is from here to Japan, how much does it take, including the application for the program?
How much does it take? 30,000 Japanese, that's a registration fee, only for the one time. It's one time only thing. It's a 30,000 Japanese yen. We usually require students to pay for that before after they are officially accepted.
What about such as plane tickets and other things?
You mean like other tuition fees or the program fee?
Yes, like that.
We don't charge any fees like tuition fee or program fee from the students from partner universities. So we don't charge anything from the ITS students other than the registration fee. That 30,000 registration fee is required, but no other fees.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Nathanael, for your questions. I will go on to the chat box, the questions in the chat box from Furkon. I have an internship course. Is it possible for me to do an internship program at a Japanese company as an exchange student? I guess.
Well, you mean like working at the Japanese company?
Yeah. Yes, I think.
Well, I think it would be a little bit difficult, especially if you don't speak Japanese, because, sorry, our international students just left from the room, including Indonesian student. Okay. Well, actually, like working at the Japanese company as an exchange student can be a little bit difficult because first is that the Japanese, I don't know if you have been to Japan or not, but many people many Japanese people don't speak English that much, first of all, which we've been trying to educate the students from the people from the early age, but many Japanese people don't speak English. So it's difficult to have a students who don't speak Japanese in their company. They try, but it's difficult. So I would say it's difficult. Sometimes if you're but some students who like if you're architecture major, I noticed that some students who are architecture major find a farm to work, even they don't speak Japanese. So
Okay, I
but the
understand.
regular company would be difficult.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm here, Miss Kagiyama,
Hi.
just in case you still need my help.
Okay.
Okay, so that's for the answer for the Fukon's question. I will go on to the next question from Audrey. If we didn't get to apply to the dormitories for international students, will SIT help us find an apartment or a sharing house?
Yes, we do. We have, in order to find accommodation, we don't find accommodation for you because everybody has, like everyone has a different conditions, like different conditions, and especially the budget plan is different from each student. So what we do is that we provide the list of agencies that you can contact to. So that and then also like searching on the internet also helps too. If you type in share house or guest house, you can get lots of informations on that. We usually provide the list of the agent or the website that you can refer to.
Okay, maybe I will add you to.
Okay.
I will try to help you. I understand Miss Audrey also is the upcoming student for the fall semester. Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's why they're asking. Okay, first of all, and also for everyone in here, I know this SIT is so popular in ITS. That's why I'm here. So first of all, for the accommodation, I suggest to you to go to the YouTube channel. Yeah, go to the YouTube channel and find Raudla Hawin Ayani. Raudla is come to SIT Japan in 2019. She's the master student, yeah, doing the research 1 month. She make a video for ITS students in order to helping them how to find accommodation in the Japan for during this program, because she stay over there for about almost 1 month, but she have a lot of friends from other university as well. So she make compilation the video in academic, and the video is dedicated for ITS students. You may go to the channel, yeah, the YouTube Raudla Hawin Ayani. Now she's in the Taiwan for double degree program in the National Chengkung University. So you may also go there. And also every program in ITS, including the SIT, we have pre-departure. We have pre-departure session. During the pre-departure session, like I mentioned before, normally we discuss everything, including the list of the housing from the SIT Japan. However, as based on my experience, normally I connect everyone with the alumni as student who ever come to SIT. For example, like we have Konita student from Urban Regional Planning. He come to SIT with Satoyo scholarship, so she stay 1 year. Of course, she have more experience. Yes, she have more experience. So normally she assists us. She assists the junior. It's always happen. Whenever I'm coming, I always try to connect with the senior before, so it's easy for you to communicate with the senior, yeah, because I understand that it's so difficult, yeah, it's so difficult to get a dormitory in SIT. However, we make it actually this semester, Miss Kagema. One of my students got accepted in dormitory. This is the first time in history one of our students is got accepted in dormitory, but we're still waiting for the COVID-19 border. So don't worry, we will always connect you. So especially for the Muslim, yeah, because Konita was Muslim, I'm actually trying to inviting letter in every predator session. So later, if every predator, for example, like Audrey Nur Aziza already come to Japan, in the next you have a duty to come to the predator in order to assist the next student who will come to SIT. So we make the cyclus, yeah, we make the cyclus a lot of. Or also another option, you may go to our YouTube channel, ITS International Office. You can find FS Square program. In FS Square program, we always inviting alumni study abroad, whoever come to ITS. I guess we already inviting alumni of the Senwin Action from SIT Japan, yeah, and so maybe you may also hear the sharing, but for accommodation, it's better to go to the Raudlah channel. Yeah, she already make easy for the accommodation, so make the list. Yeah, including for like short stay, long stay, and everything. Yeah, you can go to the channel. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Wayu. So everyone here who wants to know about the accommodation in SIT, I guess you can ask to the former students who have already done the programs in SIT. Or as Mas Wahyu suggested, you can go to the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, Raudlah Hawinayani already told. She's also one of our student volunteer in ITS Global Engagement. That's why I make him a duty to her to make a video. So it's very useful for ITS.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Wahyu. May I go to the next question? Okay, so this question, okay, during the 14 days quarantine period, except for the food and others, do we have to pay for our stay at the designated hotel?
Okay. You mean that during the 14 days of quarantine, if the students is responsible for that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well, we make the arrangement for the hotels and everything, but the fees and you will be responsible for the fees that's during the quarantine period, including the hotels and food if you need to if you need to buy purchase or anything. So during the quarantine period, it's the student's responsibility to pay for that.
Okay, so do we have to stay at the hotel that SIT choose, or we can choose?
At this moment, that's what we decided because first, when the COVID started last year, we let the student. We didn't know what to do, so of course, everybody it's the first time for everyone to experience that. So we thought that it's okay to let the students to choose which hotel they want, but because the restriction of Japanese government were getting a little bit harsh, like they wanted to make the track of every students or everyone coming to Japan. So it would be so now it's our responsibility to make the report to government about the students. So yeah, if we have students to stay at the different hotels or different accommodations, it would be so difficult to make the control. So we require students to stay in the one hotel or at least at the hotel where we arranged.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Kagema. So I guess it's already time. Unfortunately, the session has ended. Thank you for everyone's enthusiasm, and also thank you very much to Ms. Kagema.
Thank you very much.
Dear participant, this is all from me as the moderator in the session. I'm apologizing for any mistake that I made during the session. Please return to the main room to continue to the next agenda. Thank you, everyone.
I'm so glad to know that the many students who are coming to SIT, who are at least applying for the SIT for the next semester. Really hope to welcome you all. We welcome all of you.
Five students for next semester.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much.
Okay,
yeah,
thank
hope
you.
we can accept it. Okay, all right.
Sure. Please go to the main room, everyone. Go to
I will.
So please click leave breakout room, not leave the meeting, but leave breakout room. Arigatou gozaimasu, everyone. Waiting for the other student. Yeah, I guess. So wait, Dr. Johan is here. Let me check. Oh, not yet. Okay, we're waiting for the Vives. Okay, it's okay. So Miss Petralika and also Miss Kayamas, first of all, thank you so much. Yeah, and also we're waiting for the Vives. I would like to mention about Indonesian International Student Mobility Award. Yeah, so as per we will launching actually starting from this year, but I heard from this program from our ministry. So this program is allow the partner to host Indonesia students, yeah, for exchange physically, and all the payment, including the quarantine of 14 days, will be paid by our government, our ministry. So for this file, the next file is already closed. Yeah. However, if later they will open, I will send it to you the information. So you may submit the proposal. Yeah, you can suggest like some courses that Indonesian student can choose. Yeah, Indonesian students choose, and later and then you can give them any quota. For example, like, okay, we can accept maximum 20 students Indonesia. Yeah, and Indonesian student, and later you can after they review the proposal, our Ministry of Education will contact you, like for make agreement. You can receive any how many number of students, yeah, and this is the payment, and this is for the payment of accommodation, this is quarantine days, this is for the tuition fee, for example, because some of the student maybe doesn't have MOUs, yeah, so yeah. This is the great opportunity. I guess that this is we can add some mobility number, we increase can mobility number, not only from our regular one, but also it's also can add opportunity for our students, yeah, if they would like to study abroad to your university.
Thank you for the brief explanation there. Now, we are going to move on to our last agenda. So, to appreciate our representatives from each partner university today, okay, committee, please kindly show the certificate. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, today we have university partners. We have SIIT-Thammasat University as our contributor today. And then, next slide. We also have Vives University of Applied Sciences from Belgium. And then the last but not least, we have Shibaura Institute of Technology, Japan. Okay. You have shared a lot of opportunities which motivates us to do more and more for internationalizations and achieve for the global standards. We thank you so much. Now we already finished with all of our agenda today. I also want to thank all participants for your enthusiasm today. And for the improvement of our next event, please fill in the feedback form, and the link has been shared by our committee in the chat room. Please note that filling the feedback form is a requirement to get stamp for it. And the link will be closed 1 hour after being shared. So please make sure to fill in the feedback form.
Also, please can we note, everyone, for the student who claim the stamp for it is including in the LN point, yeah, international exposure point. As you mentioned before, that this is a requirement for you to claim every semester about international exposure point. Yeah, so please don't forget to fill the feedback so you may claim later. Yeah, don't forget I'm the one who verificator yourself, so don't worry. Yeah, international exposure point.
Okay, so thank you, Mas Roy, for this explanation. Please note again that LSA is an international exposure stamp for it. So you can claim international exposure stamp for it by filling in the attendance form and the feedback form. Okay, thank you very, very much for today. It was a very informative event that gave insights to all of us, and I hope to see all of you in our next event. I am apologizing for any kind of mistakes that we have made during the session. We hope after this you'll be much more motivated to participate in internationalization events. And I'm Sakar as your master of ceremony signing off.
Before we close, maybe we can like a picture.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so participants, please turn on your camera, and we're going to have a picture session. The committee will screenshot your video. Okay, so
Kelly,
the committee ready?
Yeah, Kelly and Asha. Okay.
Okay. If you're ready, I will start counting. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. And then for the next page, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, thank you so much. Now, okay, so now we are done for the photo session. I thank you so much again, and I'm Sekar as your master of ceremony signing off. Thank you all. See you again in other event in other LSA.
You may see the recording as well in our YouTube channel, so you may